Alright guys, so coming off a loss, I show you some more gameplay, but most importantly, I rant about how stupid you are, Philly fan, for doubting the greatness that is Chip Kelly. Up next. So last episode, unfortunately, you saw us take a loss to a guy that was in basically two plays. To start off this episode, I'm showing you gameplay of a very laggy game that I couldn't use most of the footage, except for stuff like that when we get the pick. Man, I love that Cam Chancellor card. But also, this guy had the Patriots uniform, and it seemed like he went out and literally got every Patriots player he could at every position. I was literally playing the New England Patriots. And I told you last week that one of my biggest mistakes was forcing the ball to Golden Tate and not going to Michael Irvin enough, or that Demaryius Thomas card that we were all gifted as well. So I'm going to show you some of the highlights of the game before he lagged out and gave me the victory. Spoiler alert. Let's talk about Chip Kelly though. I let a week go by of free agency. Everybody was talking about Ndamukong Suh, and then all of a sudden, the crazy mad scientist Chip Kelly starts off and steals a show, I should say, of the free agency period by trading away LeSean McCoy, Mr. Cut on a Dime 25, which is his Twitter handle, for Kiko Alonso. Everybody was like, what? What are you doing? You are such an idiot for giving away LeSean McCoy, one of the best running backs in the game. But remember, the running back position now is not what it used to be. You're not going to have, short of Adrian Peterson, short of DeMarco Murray, see my later rant, the workhorse running back that's going to get all of the carries that you're used to seeing. Listen, LeSean McCoy's been in the league for what, 7 years now? He's had several injuries. He's also a crybaby who at first was pushing back on Chip Kelly, which I thought was freaking asinine. The last thing you want on your team is a diva player that's going to have a lot of attention on himself, and when he's not getting the ball, he's going to complain about the system. See Terrell Owens, which is exactly what was happening with LeSean McCoy. Okay? And as you see here, by the way, back to the gameplay footage, you're going to see one of my opponents here have Joe Montana and going to his tight end, which was when we had to switch up with the positions. He's got the tight end that actually plays tackle for the Raiders. But back to the rant. A long time ago, Chip Kelly told a lot of people, hey, you know what? I can win with pretty much any player that you give me on offense, whether it be quarterback or halfback. He told us, a lot of coaches, I can win with any quarterback, with any halfback. If I ever make it to the NFL, he said, I'm going to spend all my money on defense. So you can't be surprised when he's trying to bolster the defense, because you know what? He's not a defensive specialist. And he has good running backs on that team. LeSean McCoy was going to command way too much money, and he was going to spend a lot of your resources that you could have used to make your defense better in that division on offense, right? So as you see there, we get the nice touchdown grab in the corner. Jordan Cameron really paying dividends. But moving right along. Then he lets Jeremy Maclin go, who, by the way, he wanted to keep. Are we forgetting that Jeremy Maclin just came off of a torn ACL? Are you also forgetting that, hey, everybody was crying when he let Deshaun Jackson go? And I'm a Redskins fan. What did Deshaun Jackson do when he was in Washington last year? Nothing. Listen, just like my ultimate team here, which I've been showing you the team that I built, you want to know what wins me games? It's not these players. It's not the 89 overall rated team that you're seeing here. It's the scheme that I'm running. I need a mobile quarterback who doesn't throw picks like you saw here. Good Lord, I can't believe I threw that ball around when I'm thinking about it. All I need in my scheme here on Ultimate Team is a mobile quarterback, some speedy wide receivers that can block and that can run good routes, as you see us get the safety. I need a halfback that's not going to fumble the ball, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I need. You can plug in any other player that you want, and I'm going to be successful, especially whenever I'm user catching like that. It's the same thing with Chip Kelly. He runs a system that he is very confident in. So you know what? Yeah. They are weaker today at wide receiver. That's true. They don't have Deshaun Jackson. They don't have Jeremy Maclin. But they have Jordan Matthews, who's an up-and-coming receiver. And they have picks that Chip Kelly can go in the draft and get great players. By the way, they still have Brent Selleck, right? They still have Brent Selleck. But you know what you do have now? You have Byron Maxwell, who everybody made all this noise about Richard Sherman, but Richard Sherman wasn't locking onto the number 1 wide receiver. He wasn't. He was playing his side of the field. And Byron Maxwell was playing his side of the field respectively as well. And a lot of times he was lining up against number 1 wide receivers. Now, do I love, as you see how we ran it for the touchdown? I do love that touchdown, boy. Do I love how much money he paid for Byron Maxwell? No. But your defense is a lot better today. You have one of the best young linebackers in Kiko Alonso. There's the pick, boys. There's the pick. Get ready for the rage quit, because you know that's coming soon. Yeah, that's coming soon. And there it is. But anyway, moving forward, as this boy over here loses his wits and he quits on me. I told you guys I wasn't really happy with Golden Tate, and I was tired of him dropping the ball like a little bitch. So I went ahead and put him on the auction block for a good amount of coins. I showed you here that we get this Ray Lewis card for free. Man, I love Ray Lewis. I love to see him play. I hate hearing him talk. Now that he did murder that fool, I'm sorry. But anyway, so to replace Golden Tate, we want to go with the tall wide receiver. So who better to go for with Megatron? It ain't that ultimate Megatron. I'd love to have him, but we're not going to waste the coins on that. And then at tight end, I just got to go with Gronk. I mean, Jordan Cameron's good, but he's not Jordan Cameron. So just to give you a quick update on our team before we move forward, I just wanted to show you there. Of course, we started Ray Lewis. He's only going to be on the lineup for a little while until his card goes down in value. We got one more game before we go into the playoffs, folks. All right, so back to the rant. So we keep moving forward, and everybody's like, who are we going to have at running back now? Who are we going to have at wide receiver? What are we going to do about this? And all this bitching and moaning. And then, you know what? He makes a move that even had me scratching my head, and he trades Nick Foles for Sam Bradford. But you know what? Nick Foles had cement feet. He wasn't as mobile as you'd like. He also had a lot of injuries. And when Nick Foles went down, what happened? You had Mark Sanchez step right in and play that system properly, learn that system, and step in and do pretty damn good. So Philly fan, what are you doing? What are you questioning? You know how many people would love to have somebody at the head of football operations like Chip Kelly? A coach that had that kind of scheme, that in 2 years in the NFL coming from college, he used the same system, implemented it with freaking Michael Vick at the helm. Remember that? Remember that? And basically win 10 games in his first 2 seasons. Guys, college coaches don't transition like that into the NFL. They don't. They don't. So from where I'm sitting, he got you better. And he hasn't even entered the draft yet. Oh, and then what the cherry on top? He steals DeMarco Murray away from the Cowboys and puts it on your team. So now you have Sam Bradford, who's DeMarco Murray's roommate. You have DeMarco Murray. You have Ryan Matthews. You still have Jordan Matthews. You have a better defense. Guess what? You're looking like one of the best teams, if not the best team, in that division. And poised to win 10 games again. But you're too busy crying. You know who doesn't know what they're doing, Philly fan? You. Just like when you booed Santa Claus. Just like when you booed Donovan McNabb, who was the best quarterback you had for a while. Show some fucking class, Philly. Show some class and thank that coach that you have and kiss the ground that he's walking on right now. Because a lot of franchises are not in a good situation. And at the end of the day, you could be the Washington Redskins. So our last opponent rage quit, and we've already qualified for the playoffs. Guys, that's it. Please like, subscribe if you'd like more content, and peace.